Is there any sort of definition of what a small business is and who would be eligible, what small businesses would be eligible and which maybe would not?
No, there's no definition of small businesses.
Burrell explained the bill sets forth considerations for the most vulnerable businesses to be considered first, meaning those most impacted by the state of emergency given the availability of insurance coverage. But nothing is strictly defined in the legislation.
So it's sort of going to be at the discretion of whoever writes rules.
Finance Chair Senator Roman Prezioso was concerned the bill doesn't specify where the funding for the financial assistance would come from.
We're going to develop a set of rules that meet that particular disaster and funding sources.
Yeah.
So the rules have to be promulgated before any of the determination if it's a no-interest loan or
That would be correct.
Burrell says the governor's contingency fund has been identified as a possible source. The governor has power over the use of any money in that fund, which currently stands at around $2 million. But he adds money hasn't been appropriated into the fund by the legislature in years.
Going forward, we might have a bill that would, should this catastrophe of water or something like that happen in the future, there would be a better idea of how to help out the businesses. But as far as, again, although well-intentioned by our good friends in the House, it doesn't appear that this legislation could potentially even have an impact on what they're trying to do.
As far as helping businesses currently being impacted by the water crisis, Burrell explained should the current state of emergency continue after the bill is passed, the governor could use the act to aid businesses in the Kanawha Valley. After a long line of questioning, however, Committee Chairman Senator Bob Williams stepped in.
The concept behind this in consultation with our colleagues in the House that this specifically is a program that would assist small businesses and from their perspective was left purposely very vague because the definition of any state of emergency varies from each event that occurs. The events that we experienced in the Kanawha Valley over the last couple of weeks were significantly different than the events that we experienced with the derecho and also with Hurricane Sandy, which were also very significantly different than the southern West Virginia floods of several years ago. So, by trying to put very stringent requirements on what they can do and not do may tie the governor's hands in the event of some currently unthought of emergency situation.